with it, what are the areas which we are going to cover inside of it, and many more. So without taking your time, let's start this workshop over here. If you guys will be having any questions, any queries, guys, please feel free to drop in the chat box. I'm also actively looking into the chat box. I will be trying to reply back as soon as I will be finding your question in the chat box. Okay, so in this workshop, we are going to discuss about the introduction to your SOC and the cyber kill chain. That is what we are going to cover today. Tomorrow, we are going to talk about the log analysis and the threat detection. Then after that, we will be discussing about the malwares, the phishing incident walkthroughs, and then we are going to talk about the SIEM alerts and the incident handling process. Now, first thing first, what is the SOC? So when we are talking about the SOC is what stands for the Security Operations Center. It is like a command center we are having of your organizations, all the cyber security defense over there. Like in your police stations, we will be having the control room. With the help of that, we will be able to monitor all the activities that are happening on our city. With the help of that, we will be able to catch the crimes. So same, we are having our SOC over here that is like a physical or the virtual location for which the organization they will be able to monitor, they will be able to protect, they will be able to manage all the organization system from these security threats, the cyber security threats, whether we are talking about the hacking, whether we are talking about the malware, whether we are talking about the phishing, the data theft, and many more. So in our SOC, our teams, they are working as your 24 by 7. Means that they will be working on your shifts. So over there, they will be using our SIM solutions, the process. With the help of that, they will be able to get a deep understanding about all the process so that we will be able to detect, analyze, and respond against a security incident in your organization. Now, the reason why we are requiring the SOC in your organization, let's say if our company, they are storing some sensitive data. Let's say we are having your customer details, we are having our financial records, we are having our trade secrets, the business secrets, and many more. So since our organization, they are having these many numbers of the juicy informations. So the hackers, they are always going to try to hack, right? They will always try to break into our systems. With the help of that, they will be able to steal, they will be able to damage the information that is present. That is why our SOC, it is required in the organization. That will be helping us to detect the threats quickly before the serious damage will be occurring in your organization, right? We will be able to stop the attackers in the real-time scenario, as well as we will be able to investigate what are all the threats that are happening. We will be able to learn how the attack happened, as well as we will be able to protect our data as well as the reputation of your organization. And one of the major thing we are having, guys, that is we are having as the compliances, right? In your organization, what we are having is we are having the compliances. That is what we are following. Like we are having your GDPR, we are having your HEPA, we are having the PCI DSS, and many more, right? So since our organization, they have to follow them. By doing that, they will be able to build their customer trust, right? As well as they will be able to make sure all the data that is present in the organization, it is safe and sound, right? So that is why our organizations, they are having the SOC so that they will be able to fulfill all those compliances, the government, the regulations, needs we are having, right? Now, if I'm giving you the quick overview how the SOC actually work in the organization, then guys, for that over here, our SOC, what it will be doing is we are going to perform the monitoring. So over here in our SOC, what we are doing is we are going ahead, we are performing the monitoring, right? We will be performing always the 24 by 7 monitoring, like we will be watching our organization's environment, right? So for that, in our SOC teams, they are going to use our tools like we are having as your SIEM, the security information, and the event management. So these same tools, they are being known as the heart of your stock. With the help of that, we will be able to collect the data from your computers. And when we are trying to collect the data from the computers or from the different sources, we call them as the data feeds, right? So over here, we are having the multiple data feeds that are present in your organizations. Like we are having the computers, we are having the servers, we are having the firewalls, we are having the virtual machines, we are having the network, and many more. On the basis of that, let's say when we were trying to perform the monitoring in your organization, so later on, we are receiving an alert on the basis of our tools. They will be providing us a alert that will be saying like, let's say someone from different country, let's say someone from Russia tried to log in your account, right, through the company's email address during the time of your 3 a.m. That is totally out of the business hours we are having. Right? So that is what, with the help of your monitoring, we are able to find the information about it. Right? Now, once we have monitored this particular alert, we are finding this information, then we will be having this detection. Now, this detection, what it will be doing is it will be helping us to find the unusual activities. Right? Our SOC team, they will be looking for these sort of suspicious activities like strange logins, the unknown file downloads, the unauthorized data access, and many more. Right? So on the basis of that, our SOC team, on the basis of the previously collected alert, they will be finding that we are having the strange login attempt over there. So by doing that, we are finding the information that it is a suspicious behavior. Now, once we have performed, right, once we have performed this detection, then we are having as the response and the analysis. So here, in this response, what we will be doing is we are going to take actions, right? Now we will be taking the actions. If we are finding the information that this particular threat, it is real, then we will be trying to respond immediately. Like we will be trying to block the attacker. We will be disconnecting the infected system. We will be alerting our IT or the management team, right? Like our SOC team, they can go ahead, they can block the suspicious IP address, they can isolate the affected servers, they can reset the admin passwords, and many more, right? But over here, guys, what is happening is we are saying that our SOC teams, they will be trying to take the quick actions to minimize the impact or to completely block the threat. But can it be a scenario that it is like a false positive? What do you say? Can it be a scenario that it can be like a false positive we are having? Means that over there, no attacks are happening, just it is providing us an alert that we are having a suspicious login attempt. Is it possible?
Yes, sir. It can be possible, sir.
Yep.
Sir, it can be multiple attempt, like sir, someone trying to access our server continuously, but it can't be, sir.
Yep. That is why, that is why over here, what we have to do is once we have stopped that particular incident, the SOC team, they will be going ahead, they will be trying to perform the detailed investigation, right? They will be trying to perform an in-depth examination of the incident, right? So with the help of that, we will be able to find out the information, how that attack happened, what were the systems that got affected, what should be done to prevent the future occurrence of the similar type of incident, right? That is what we are going to perform during the time of your analysis, right? So for that, let's say we are saying that we are having like a suspicious login attempt. So on the basis of that, after the attack, we will be performing this analysis and the investigation, and we will be able to find the information that our hacker, he used a weak password, right? Our hacker, he used the weak password. So on the basis of that, our SOC team, they will be going ahead, they will be recommending that we need to use the strong password policies. So when we are talking about the strong password policies, what do you say, guys? What should be the ideal number of characters we should be having in your password? Or what should be the ideal length of the password?
Sir, 14 characters around.
Yep,
8 characters.
yep. We can say like more than 8 characters, or near of we can say 12 to 14 or 15 characters that should be containing the combination of the letters, the uppercase, lowercase, as well as the numerics, as well as the special characters over there. With the help of that, we will be able to create the unique combinations. Now, since we are talking about the password policy, what do you say, guys? Should we have to use the same password for always?
No, sir. It should be, sir, revisely changed around 1 month, sir.
Yep, it will be depending upon the organization. Many of them, they are changing their password in a month. Many of them, they're asking us to change our password after 2 weeks or 1.5 week, or someone, they're providing us 1.5 month, 2 month. It will be different from your organization to organization. That is why we should be having in your organization as the password expiry. As well as, what do you say, guys? If we are talking about password expiry, means that once our password, it will be getting expired after a particular period of time. Should we have to use the previously used password or not?
No, sir. We should use or assign a new password such that no can use, and privacy is also maintained, sir. After that,
So what is the password policy we are having for that? Any guess? That is helping us to ensure a user cannot use the same password which he has used previously for his account. Any guess? What do you say, Uttam, Tushar, Sunny, Suman, Sohair, Bharat, Basant, Varun, Badal,
sir,
Avan?
sir, it can be two-factor authentication, sir, or something else, sir.
Okay, see the
Can
two
be like
factor.
same
Yeah, please
password,
go on.
reuse password policy.
Yeah, we can say, but the proper term we are having, that is, we are having like the password history,
Okay.
right? So for that, in our system, we are having a term when we are setting up a password, or once you guys will be checking the password policies in your Windows system, you will be finding a password history. So this password history, it will be like containing a database that will be containing the information our previously used password, right? Let's say it is containing your 10 numbers, right? The 10 passwords which we have previously used. So whenever we will be trying to use the new password after your password expiry, it will be making sure that we cannot use any password that are already present inside of the database. Means that if we have to use the previous password, then it should be your 11th or the 12th password that are not present inside of the database. That is why we can make the password history as like your 30. We cannot use the last 30 passwords which we have used for our account. So these are the things which we are using for your passwords. Then once it is all done, then we are having a reporting. Now our SOC team, they are also having a major task to create a report. Right. So guys, over here, our SOC team, they are also responsible for preparing a detailed report for the management, for the compliances, as well as for your auditors over there. So with the help of this report, we will be able to provide a clear information like what happened, as well as how it was handled, means that how that particular incident was handled over there, right? As well as we will be able to find the information, what improvements do we need to make, right? So with the help of it, we will be able to make sure that we are able to improve your organization's security posture. So in the future, we are not going to face the similar type of incident again. And by doing that, we will be able to look into our organization's overall security health, right? So these are the major functions which we are having at our SOC, right? Along with that, over here, we are also having some important areas, the components of the SOC, like we are having as the log collections. We will be collecting the logs from the multiple data sources, like your firewalls, servers, computers, and many more. Once we have collected the logs, right, then after that, what we are doing is we are performing the aggregation and the correlation. Means that over here, we need to find the relation between the data. So with the help of that, we will be able to find the hidden threats, right? So on the basis of that, what will be happening is, like previously, as we have discussed about the correlation at the time of your demo class, as we were discussing about it, like in the correlation, we will be checking the logs of the multiple systems all together. With the help of that, we will be able to find a clear information how all the things were happened, like how the attacker he bypassed our firewall, right? What are the activities he has performed, and many more, right? So that is we are doing as this aggregation and the correlations, right? Using our SIM tools that will be providing us the alerts once the suspicious activities that will be found from these collected logs, right? Now over here, once we are finding the suspicious activities, then we are going ahead for those suspicious activity, we are generating the ticket, right? See, guys, the reason why we are creating the ticket, let's say in the organization on the daily basis, we are receiving 500 alerts. What do you say? Is it possible to manually track all those alerts?
No, sir. If a single person can try to, sir, look after the 5 alert, it is not possible, sir. So multiple people, sir, it will be required to monitor all these threats, sir.
But still, if you're saying that, that is true, that the multiple peoples will be required. But can it be a possibility that some of the alerts they can be missed since we are manually looking all the alerts which we have received? Like let's say I'm having a Excel file or I'm having a Word file that is containing the 1,000 lines. It can be a possibility that I will be missing some of the lines over there,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That is why we are requiring this ticketing system. This ticketing system, it will be helping us to track and resolve the issues. Means that over here, once our alert will be identified, we will be generating a ticket and we are going to assign to our SOC. We will be assigning it to our team member. So with the help of that, this team member, he will be having the information. Okay, we are having these alerts and out of them, I need to resolve the alerts that are having the ticket number that is your 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Rest of them will be getting uh, handled by the other peoples in our team. With the help of that, we will be also able to later identify how each and every alert, how each and every alert got handled. We will be able to track it. We will be able to keep the information who was the person who was handling that alert in your organization. Then after this ticketing, what we are doing is we are also having this threat intelligence as well as this knowledge base. Right. See, this threat intelligence, it is a process in which we will be going ahead. We will be trying to collect the data about the attackers, or we can simply say we will be trying to collect their TTPs, their tactics, techniques, and the procedure. With the help of that, we will be able to collect all the data about the hackers and how they're performing their attack. And on the basis of it, we will be able to prepare ourselves against the attackers over there, right? As well as we are having this knowledge base that is containing the previous or the past incident details that will be providing us the information. Okay, previously this type of incident happened in your organization, and these were the steps which we have taken previously. So on the basis of it, we will be having a clear information since these were the last steps which we have taken. So these are the things which we can also perform, right, to handle that incident more quickly. That is why this knowledge base, it is going to store the past incident details, which will be helping us to solve the future occurring incidents in a quicker manner. Then after that, we are having this research and this development, in which we need to continuously improve our tools and the techniques on the basis of this reports, right? Like in our report, we will be storing all the evidence or all the findings which we have collected, right? As well as with the help of that, we will be sharing those all those findings and the reports to our management, the higher ups, and the compliance authorities, the auditors we are having. With the help of it, our higher ups, they will be able to understand, they will be able to provide us the information. Okay, so since these types of incidents are happening in our organization, we can implement these types of tools and the techniques. With the help of that, we will be able to make sure these types of incidents are not going to occur again in the future, right? So these are the functions we are having of your SOC. Are we clear?
Yes, sir, got it. Sir, if we talk about threat intelligence, sir, there is also some examples of threat intelligence and sir, like their tools, sir, which we can
Uh,
use.
like we are having the open source and the closed source threat intelligence platform from where we will be trying to collect the information about the attackers as well as their tools and the techniques. For that, if I will be giving you the example, for that, have you guys heard about the MITRE attack framework,
Yes, sir.
right? That is one of the source we can say, as well as we are also having the threat intelligence maps, right? That is also providing us the information about the attacks that are happening around the world, as well as we are using like your OSINT, the open source intelligence. We are having like your the OTX, Alien Vault OTX. We are having the sticks and many more. So there are a lot of platforms that are present which will be helping us to collect the threat intelligence about the attackers, as well as you will be also finding the blogs and the articles that are also providing us the information about the latest attacks, the tools, and the techniques that were used by them. Have you guys ever seen them?
Yes, sir. No, we don't see, sir, but we just listened about that, sir.
Okay, so over here, I'm dropping a platform named the Hackers News. That's a good platform we are having, which is providing us a lot of information about the cybersecurity news we are having. Right, let me show you a quick image for it. This is the platform. You guys can see they're providing us the information about what the attacks that got happened, right? Cyber attacks. I can click on it. It will be providing us the information about how the different attacks around the world are happening, the vulnerabilities information, the data breaches we are having, and many more. So I'm dropping the link of it into the chat box. You guys can copy and pin it in your system. With the help of that, you guys will be able to remain up to date about the cybersecurity incidents and what are all the things are happening. Are we clear?
Yes, sir, got it, sir.
Great. Now, over here, for running over this SOC inside of your organization in a smooth manner, because since in our organization, our SOC, it is going to run smoothly because they are having their own dedicated team members, and each and every team members, they will be having their own important responsibilities. Like you guys have seen in the hospitals, we are having your doctors, right? Our hospitals, they will be needing the doctors, the nurses, the management. With the help of that, we will be able to save the lives, right? Same thing, like in your organization, our SOC, they will be needing the different roles in your organization who will be protecting your organization from the cyber threats. Here, we are having your L1, L2, and the L3. When we are talking about the SOC analysts L1, they are being known as like the first line of defense because these are the peoples which we can say like the freshers we are having who are having like your experience of 1 or 2 years as a security analyst or in the cyber security. So they will be keeping an eye on the network, on the system by using our SIM solutions like your Splunk, the ArcSight, the Chronicle, the Sentinel, and many more, depending upon what are the tools that are being used by the organization. So they are going to be the first one to see any unusual activity. Means that, like if someone will be trying to log in into your company server, right, from an unknown location at, let's say, at your midnight. So at that time, our L1s, they will be going ahead, they will be seeing that as an alert, right? So on the basis of that, they will be quickly checking the alert to decide first thing that whether it is really a alert or not or whether it is a false positive, right? It can be a possibility, let's say a user he forgot their password, right? So that they will be trying to log in multiple times by using the different combination. It can also be a mistake, not going to be a hacker always. That is why we need to perform the alert handling, right? Then on the basis of that, what we will be doing is how can we select the alert if someone try to log in our server? Yeah, okay. See, Mahesh, when we are talking about finding the information if whether someone is trying to log in into your system or the server, we are having the logs, right? In your system that will be providing us all the information, what are happening over there with your system, that will be providing us the answers of all the WHY questions. What happened, how happened, when happened, why happened, right? So over here, what will be happening is from those systems, we will be collecting the logs in a centralized location. That is, we are having as a SOC, and we will be able to analyze them using our SIM solutions, right? So if we are able to perform the alert handling, then we will be trying to do the initial assessment. If our L1 analyst, they're suspecting that it is like a real attack we are having, then they will be going ahead, they will be trying to perform a basic threat analysis on the top of it, right? And then after that, what they will be doing is once they perform that particular basic threat analysis on your that alert, they will be going ahead and later on they are going to escalate it to the L2 analyst who will be performing the deeper investigation. Because over here, as I was saying that our L1s, they will be like the freshers we are having. So that is why their work will be to find the information about the alerts, perform the initial investigation, and then once they will be finding the information that it is really a alert or really a incident, then they will be sending, they will be escalating that matter to our L2s, who will be performing the deeper investigation. They will be analyzing the further on it, as well as the task of your L1s is also quite important to write the reports for that incident, right? With details like they will be writing the information like your what happened, right? As well as when and what systems were involved in that particular incident. Right. So over here, with the help of that, they will be forwarding that particular information to our L2s so that our L2, by using that particular information, they will be quickly able to take the actions against of that incident. Right. Then we are also having this incident logging. Right. We need to, as a L1 analyst, we need to record each and every alert and the incident in your database, right? In your ticketing system for the reference as well as for the audits, right? So generally in your organization, when we are talking about the structure for the SOC, we will be having on the very top as the CISO, the leadership roles who will be providing us the security strategies and the policies. Then after that, we are going to have the SOC manager who will be managing our SOC team. He will be ensuring that our SOC it is performing all the tasks in your smooth manner, right? Then along with that, we will be having your the SOC operation teams over there. For that, we are having the Tier 1 or the L1 analysts who are like the first responders we are having for the alerts. Then we are having the L2s who will be performing a deep investigation for that confirmed incident that was escalated from the L1s. Then after that, we are having the Tier 3 or the level 3 analysts who will be handling the complex attacks, the sophisticated attacks, like your 0 day, like the APTs and many more. Then after that, we will be having the SOC or the security engineer. who will be building and maintaining our security tools in your organization. Now, after your L1s, we are having our next ones as the L2, the level 2 analysts we are having in your organization, right? So over here, as soon as once our L1 analysts, they will be detecting and they will be assessing that particular threat. What they will be doing is they are going to forward, they are going to escalate it to the L2s. So the job of your level 2 analyst, then it will be starting, right? Like we can say they are like the Sherlocks we are having of your cybersecurity world, who will be, you can say, diving deeper to confirm the threat, as well as they will be also taking the first important step to protect your organization, right? So on the basis of that, they will be able to find out the information when they will be performing the in-depth analysis on your escalated incident. They will be able to find out the information, what exactly is happening, how serious that particular threat it is, and is this part of your bigger attack or not. Then we will be performing the validation. Like over here, guys, our analysis it is done. Our L2 analysts, they also need to validate that particular incident, whether it is really a threat or like a false positive, right? On the basis of that, once they will be able to confirm the validation, they will be able to go ahead, they will be performing the classification as well as the prioritization to make sure which incident to handle first and which incident to handle next over there, right? Then once we have performed the incident validation, then we are going to perform the incident handling. Once our incident, it is confirmed that it is really a attack that is happening. Then our L2s, they will be going ahead, they are going to isolate the affected system from your network to make sure the attacker is not able to gain the access of your other systems that are present inside of your organization's network, right? Like we can go ahead, we can try to block the malicious IP address, the domain with the help of the firewall or the other security controls we are having. Then over here, guys, we are also having a major area that is we are having as your communication. Now, over here, if I'm talking about your organization, let's say we are having quite a collaborative team. Means that whatever the incident that will be occurring in your organization, let's say in our session, we are having the 17 participants who are currently present. So for each and every incident that will be occurring in your organization, we all 17 will be taking the action against of it. So can it be a possibility, guys, that we all are might be going to perform the same action that was already performed by someone else?
No, sir. We will perform different activities related to other.
Yeah, but if we are not having a clear idea what were the activity that were performed from the previous person, can it be a possibility?
Yes, there is a high chance.
Right? So that is why we should have to perform a proper communication. We need to coordinate with the other teams we are having in your organizations, like the IT support team. Let's say we are finding a particular vulnerability in your system. So our support team, they will be going ahead, they will be patching that particular vulnerability, right? Or they will be also performing the system recovery we are having. We can try to connect with your network team who will be going ahead, who will be blocking the malicious or the bad traffic we are having. So with the help of it, we all can make sure that the right peoples are informed during the time of your incident response or during the time of your response against that particular incident, right? As well as our L2s, they are also responsible for mentoring our L1 analysts. Like in your organization, we are having something known as your KT. right? The knowledge transfer, in which we will be sharing our knowledge, the investigation tips. With the help of it, we will be able to make sure that we are able to improve the skills of your L1s. We need to teach the L1 analysts like how to spot the signatures of the attacks. So these are the things that are being done by your L2s. But now, let's say over here in your organization, we are having quite a sophisticated attack that our organization they are facing, right? Let's say they are facing the APT. Any guess? Any idea? What is this APT? Anyone? You guys can also give the answer into the chat box.
Sir, I have heard about anti-APT tool, but don't have idea about APT.
Great. And what about
Advanced
others?
persistent test.
Sir, do we get
Maybe
your
not persistent test. Yeah, maybe it's a advanced present threat. Persistent threat.
Yep. Yep, Shoaib. That is your advanced persistent threat. Right. So over here, guys, as the name suggests, advanced persistent threat, right? So for that, what will be happening is, as the name suggests, advanced means to say the attackers, they will be using the advanced tools to perform the attacks. They will be using the advanced tools and the technologies. Persistent means to say, once the attackers, they will be gaining the access of your system. They will be trying to remain in your system for the longer period of time unless and until they have not achieved their objective. Threat means to say anyone or the attacker, we can say, who is having the capabilities or the potential to reduce the value of your asset or to alter the value of your asset. That is, we are having as the APT. So, on the basis of that, our L3s are the most experienced peoples of your SOC we are having. Right? Their role will be like to handle the incident that will be going beyond of your L2s. Means that they will be acting as your defenders, as well as the threat hunters, as well as the new tool developers, the leaders, and many more. So with the help of your L2, sorry, the L3s in your organization, we will be able to ensure our stock in your organization, it will be remaining prepared for the most complex type of attacks in your organization. Right? So over here, our L3s, they will be trying to handle the advanced incident over there, right? The complex incidents, we are having the most critical ones, like the APTs, the advanced persistent threat, the ransomwares we are having, as well as the data breaches that are involving the critical data, the sensitive assets of your organization, as well as our L3s, they are also performing the threat hunting. That is a proactive approach. With the help of that, we will be able to identify the information about the hidden threats, right? Before any alert will be getting created in your organization. For that, we can use the tools like your Elasticsearch. We can use our Splunk. We can use the different tools that are present in the market. With the help of that, we will be able to search for the unusual activities that our SIM solutions they might miss, or they are not going to generate the alerts for them, right? On the basis of that, our L3s, they will be also helping us to design, to develop, to improve the process we are having for your organization's SOC security process, as well as guys, we are also using the playbooks. Any guess? Any idea? What are the playbooks? What do you say? Any guess? Any idea what are the playbooks? And what are the workbooks we are having?
Maybe it's using should documented procedure to for detecting the and investigating the and responding the specific cyber threats or incident.
Yep, yep. That is what we are having as the workbook over there. That will be containing all the information, the steps which we have to take once a particular type of incident will be occurring in your organization, right? And when we are talking about the playbooks, we are using our playbooks when we are talking about the automated response to make sure our tools they can automatically take the actions against the certain type of incident. Like let's say if an incident will be occurring in your organization, so for that you want to get the notification on your email that boss, this type of security incident has occurred. These are the impact. These are the IOCs of it, right?
Right.
So that is we are having as the playbooks and the workbooks. So that task will be also taken care by the L3s, right? They will be also generating the process, the playbooks, the procedure to make sure our SOC team, they are already prepared for the future attacks. Like they will be generating a process like how we can handle the zero-day vulnerability in your organization, right? On the basis of that, our L3s, they are also proficient when we are talking about creating the scripts, the automations, the customization of your SIM tools and the alerts. With the help of that, we will be able to improve our detection as well as the response we are having, right? Like we can go ahead, we can try to create a Python script that will be helping us to automatically block uh, IP address that has been detected into your feeds by customizing our rules for a specific attack techniques, right? So there is why, that's why always our L3s, they are also going to work, they are also going to serve as the leaders, the mentors who will be guiding our L1s and the L2s we are having, right? Or regarding the whole response efforts we are having, right? They can also try to review the report of your L2 analysts. They can provide them the feedback. They will be conducting the training sessions for the juniors, for the soccer staff in your organization. So these are the roles and the teams we are having in your organization when we are talking about the SOC. Are we clear?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Great. Now,
Sir, I had one question.
yeah, Pawan.
Sir, how difference, what is the difference between a network security engineer and SOC engineer or SOC analyst? What is the major difference?
Okay. See, when we are talking about the engineers,
Uh-huh.
right? So our engineers are the people who will be going ahead. They are going to set up the tools. They will be helping us to build the like the department. Or if I will be giving the example of your SOC, they will be helping us to build the SOC in your organization. Whereas when we are talking about the analysts, on the basis of the tools that were established, that were created by the engineer, they will be working on the top of them to handle the incidents in your organization, right?
Okay.
But when we are talking about the network security engineer, they are the people who will be trying to handle our the network infrastructure, like your routers, the firewalls, the VPN, IDS, IPS, and many more. But when we are talking about the security engineer, he will be taking care of the whole IT infrastructure of your organization. That can contain your applications, the servers, the cloud, the endpoints, and many more,
Okay.
right? So for that, like we can say our network engineer, they will be focusing on the network layer. But when we are talking about you can say, when we are talking about the security engineer, they will be going ahead, they will be, you can say, taking care, they will be looking for our systems that will be covering the network, as well as the endpoint, as well as the cloud, as well as the application.
Sir, so in this way, we can say that network security is subdomain of cybersecurity.
See, over here, these all are the part of your information security. Information security is like a big umbrella we are having. And under that umbrella, we are having the cyber security, network security, data security, physical security, and many more. Okay?
Yes, sir. Got it.
Great. Now, after this, we are having our next topic as your cyber kill chain. So when we are talking about the cyber kill chain, it is like a step-by-step process we are having that will be helping not only our SOC as well as our offensive side of peoples like your pen testing teams, right? So with the help of that, we will be able to get a structured view, whether we are talking about the attacker's process. If we are able to find the information about the attacker's process, like their TTPs, then we will be able to interrupt, we will be able to detect the attacks in the early stages over there. So for that, generally when we are talking about the cyber kill chain concept, it came from your World War II, right? Or we can say from the military, right? So over there was a person named Lockheed Martin. He looked into the kill chain that was getting followed in the military, and from there he found the information that we can also utilize it in the cyber security. So with the help of that, our security team, they will be able to collect the TTPs of the attackers, and then they will be able to take all the actions against of them, right? Like here we are having the very first steps as the recon. That is, we also call it as the reconnaissance or the information gathering or the footprinting. So our SOC team, or generally when we are talking about this reconnaissance, in this phase, the attackers, they will be trying to scan your network. With the help of that, they will be able to gather the information about your system, the services, the open ports, the employees details, our email address, and many more. So on the basis of that, our SOC team, they will be going ahead, they will be trying to detect the unusual activities like the port scanning we are having with the help of your IDS tools like your Snort, the Suricata, and many more. We will be monitoring the web server logs, the email harvesting activities, and many more, as well as one of the best source for your threat intelligence, which we are having, that is we call as the honeypot. Have you guys heard about the honeypot? Any guess? Any idea? What is this honeypot? No one? What do you say, guys? Honeypot? Have you guys seen the movie of James Bond? I hope everyone has seen the James Bond movies.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Basant, every movie we can say, or every detective movie we can say, right?
Honeypot, maybe
Yes,
it's used to detect and analyze and understand the malicious activities,
yep,
and
yep.
the best benefit of this detect the attackers is too much earlier compared to another things, and more things.
No worries, it was good. Okay, let me brush it up.
Yeah,
See,
thanks.
over here, when we are talking about the honeypot, a honeypot, it is intentionally created vulnerable device, right? Intentionally created weak system we are having, which will be getting installed in your organization's network. Or generally, we call it as the honeynet. That is like an exact replica of your organization's network where we are going to put this vulnerable device. Now, let's say you are an attacker and you want to compromise my systems, right? Or you want to attack on my organization. For that, you will be looking for the weakness. Let's say you are finding information about a system that is actually containing a weakness. You will be going ahead and you will be trying to attack on it, right? Since you are finding the weakness, can we say yes?
Yes sir, it can be a place sir where attacker sir like वो सोचेंगे सर कि ये कोई ऐसा प्लेस है जहाँ पे मैं अटैक कर सकता हूँ एक लाइव इन्वायरमेंट की तरह.
Yep. Yep. Since our attackers, they are not having information, it is a honeypot. They are going to think that it is a real system that is containing a vulnerability or a weakness, and then they will be trying to compromise it. Right? Now, on the basis of that, what will be happening is, see, each and every attacker, they will be having a different mindset. Maybe Badal is having some different idea for performing the attack. Bharat is having some different idea for performing the attack. Basant is having the different idea for performing the attack, and every one of you will be using the different tools. Now, over here, every one of you will be performing the attack on that particular device. What will be happening is our security team, they will be sitting behind and they will be checking what are all the activities you guys are performing for compromising that particular vulnerable system. With the help of it, we will be able to understand what are all the latest tools and the technologies and what is the latest market trend that is being followed by the attacker for compromising of a system and the services. Right? That's what we are having as the honeypot. That is why I was saying that it is one of the best source for collecting the threat intelligence, the information about the attacker. Are we clear?
Yeah.
Great. So same thing, we will be going ahead. We will be using this Reconnaissance as a defender and we will be able to find all these unusual activities. Then after that, we are having the next phase as the weaponization. In this phase of your weaponization, our attackers, they will be creating like the malwares, the exploits, which they will be trying to send towards our system on the basis of the previously identified information from this reconnaissance, so that they will be able to compromise our system. Now, here in this weaponization here as our defenders, what we will be doing is we will be analyzing all the threat intelligence feeds so that we will be able to identify the information about the new exploits as well as the malwares. With the help of that, we will be able to detect the exploit or the malware that got created by the attacker. Then afterwards, we are having the delivery phase in which the attacker, once they will be creating that malicious payload during the time of your weaponization, they will be trying to drop that malware in our system, right? For that, the attackers, they can use the different methods. Whether we are talking about the phishing, whether we are talking about the baiting, whether we are talking about the drive-by download attack. Any guess? Any idea, guys? What is a drive-by download attack? What do you say? Anyone who has heard about the drive-by download attack? No one? Badal, Basant, Bharat, Suhaib, what do you say?
I have a little idea, not too much. Maybe the types of cyber attack where malicious software, yeah, any tool is installed on the user machine without their knowledge or information.
Yep, yep, Suhaib, that is the truth. Let's say we are visiting a website, we are surfing through a website for downloading a movie or a web series or a game, right? So on the basis of that, what will be happening is we will be visiting the website and the malware, right, or the malicious tool, it will be automatically getting downloaded inside of the system without your consent. That is like your drive by download attack we are having, right? So these are the different methods that can be taken by the attacker to drop the malwares or to drop their weapons inside of your system. That is why, as a SOC person, we need to monitor all those areas. Like we can monitor our email gateways, the SIM solutions. With the help of it, we will be able to identify the phishing attempts. We can use the sandbox environment. At the sandbox environment, we will be able to analyze the suspicious attachment. We can try to alert the employees regarding the awareness, the security awareness campaigns, and many more. So these are the things which can be done by your security team. Then after your delivery, we are having the next phase as your exploitation, right? In the exploitation, that particular previously created malware or the exploit, it will be getting triggered. It will be trying to exploit the vulnerability in our system. Like we are having some misconfiguration, we are having some unpatched software, and many more. So on the basis of that, as a SOC team or as a SOC person or as a defender, I can say we will be trying to use our vulnerability scanners. Like we can use Nessus, we can use Nikto, we can use OpenVAS, and many more. With the help of that, we will be able to identify, we will be able to locate all these weak spots we are having. We will be able to detect, we will be able to find the information about all these malicious signature in your system's log. Then we will be working together with your patch management team so that we will be able to remove this vulnerability from your system, right? Now, once the attackers they have performed the exploitation, they will be moving into the next phase that is we call as the installation, where that particular malware or the exploit that will be trying to install the backdoors, the trojans in your system. So that is why in your system, we need to perform FIM. That stands for the file integrity monitoring. Any guess? Any idea, guys? What is your file integrity monitoring? Have you guys heard about it?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. So let me give you an example for this FIM. Hmm, let's say in your system you were having some files, right? Let's say in your system you are having some program files. So are you able to detect or are you able to detect what are all the system process, the services files or the program files we are having in your system? And are you able to detect any changes that got created or that happened with those files? What do you say, guys?
Sorry, can you repeat once again?
Yeah. Like in your system, let's say you are having a file name open.dll. Let's say this is a file we are having in your system. So what do you say? Are we able to identify and detect the information later on that in this file, did any type of change occurred or not?
Sorry, I don't have any idea about this.
Nope, right? Most probably that is the answer we are going to have.
Yeah.
right? So for identifying those unwanted changes, we are having a solution named FIM, the File Integrity Monitoring Tool, that will be helping us to find the information about the unexpected events that happened with your file. With the help of it, we will be able to find the information that in our file, some sort of change occurred, some created new file in your system, some modified some file in your system, some deleted file in your system, and many more. So these are the things which we can do with your FIM, right? Like we can use our EDR solutions, the log, we are having the sysmons, and many more, right? We will be also trying to detect, we will be going through our registries, right? Like if the attackers, they have created any changes in our registries, whether they have, you can say, created some sort of changes in your task scheduler or not. Reason being, because those are the areas from where the attackers, they will be trying to maintain the persistence in your system. With the help of the persistence, they will be able to make sure that they will be having the access of your system for the longer period of time, unless and until they have not achieved their objective, right? So that is why we need to detect our registries, we need to monitor our scheduled tasks, and many more. On the basis of that, we have to block the suspicious software by performing the application whitelisting. Then afterwards, we are having the C and C, the command and control, right? So generally, we also call it as the C2 communication, right? Once the attacker, they will be gaining the access of your system, they will be making sure they are able to control your system, they are able to send the data back and forth from your system, right? For that, we are having the C2C, CNC, right? Like let's say if I'm having 1,000 system, right? If I'm having the access of 1,000 system, what do you say? Is it possible for me to control the 1,000 system manually?
No, sir, not possible.
No, right? That is why over here, when we are talking about a single compromise system, which can be controlled remotely, that is we call as your bot. The collection of your bots, the multiple compromise system, we call them as the botnets. And for controlling all these botnets, we are having the CNC, the command and control. Means that a centralized area, with the help of that, we will be able to monitor, we will be able to control all the compromise system. And from that system, we will be able to send our commands. Just by simple clicks, we will be able to perform the actions on all those compromised systems. For that, we are having the CNC, the command and control, that will be working in the covert manner in the background, right? So that is why over here, we need to detect the connections to your known, bad, or the suspicious IP address and the domains using our threat intelligence. We have to use our firewalls, our proxy logs to identify the information about the unusual traffic patterns and many more. And then we are having the last one, that is generally we call it as the actions on objective. Means that now the attackers, they will be trying to perform all the actions like with whatever intention they've started this attack. Now they will be trying to perform the action so that they will be able to achieve their goal. Let's say they are having a goal like your data exfiltration, or that is, we also call it as the data theft. They will be trying to steal, they will be trying to transfer the stolen data from your system or out of your network. So that is why we need to analyze the large or the unexpected data transfers. For that, we are using the tools like your DLP, they are data loss prevention tools, right? We need to detect the uploads, right, or the transfer of your data to your cloud storage or through your FTP servers that are not commonly used. And on the basis of that, we will be trying to block the unauthorized protocols and the destinations. All right. So altogether, what will be happening is like how our SOC analysts, they will be working when we are talking about this cyber kill chain, like our L1s, they will be detecting the early stages of your activities like the reconnaissance, the delivery of your payload in your system, right? On the basis of that, they will be escalating the suspicious activity. Our L2, they will be performing the deep analysis of your exploitation, the installation. They will be performing the investigation of your suspicious or the malicious behavior, right? There they will be trying to detect the system changes and many more. And then our L3s, they will be looking for your undetected command and control, the data exfiltration attacks. And on the basis of that, they will be helping us to respond against of your those threats. So that is how we are performing our task by using the cyber kill chain model. Our SOC team, they will be able to break our attackers' attack chain during the early stage, and we will be able to prevent the you can say cyber attack from happening, or we will be able to simply limit the impact of that attack. Are we clear?
Yes, sir.
Great. Now, on the basis of that, guys, we are having our next topic is the MITRE ATT&CK framework. We will be discussing about this MITRE ATT&CK framework tomorrow, and we will be also going to have the practical for it. Then after that, we will be discussing about the logs, the log management, the centralized and the decentralized log management, and many more. Now, what do you say? Is anyone having any question, any queries so far which we have discussed today?
I have one question.
Yes, Sohaib.
Right now I'm using cybersecurity tool. The name is Secure,
Mhm,
and the lots of tools are available in market right now.
mhm.
So, what's your thing? Which one is best tool for the tracking the logs and detecting the alerts?
Like it will be depending upon the company's objective as well as their budget,
Okay.
right? See that we are having a lot of tools that are present, like we are having Splunk. We are, if you want to go for the open source, then we are having the Wazoo, we are having the OSM, but they're not
Mhm.
having that many number of capabilities. That is why we are going for the paid, like we are using Splunk, we are using Google Chronicle, we are using the Microsoft Sentinel, and many more, like the ArcSight, the IBM QRadar, and many more. So still, all will be depending upon the organizations, you can say their objective as well as their budget. On the basis of that, they will be creating like the you can say the scope, like what type of tool that will be suiting best to their organization, what type of features they want for their organization.
Yeah, got it. Thanks.
Great. What about others? Anyone else having any other
Hello.
questions, any queries?
Hello.
Yes, Sunny. Yes, Sunny.
Sir, in this workshop, we have covered the true positive cases and false positive cases.
Sorry.
True positive cases and false positive cases. How to
Yeah.
investigate true positive cases. Then investigate some true positive.
Like for that we need to, you can say, look for the indicator of compromise, the IOCs, right? We will be performing our analysis and the investigation. Like let's say we are finding the information about multiple login attempts. So on the basis of it, what we will be doing is we will be connecting with the person who was having the ownership for that account. We will be connecting and we will be asking that were you the one who has performed those tasks or not? Right? Were you the one who was trying to log in into your account or not? Right? With the help of that, we will be able to find the information that, yeah, really, he was the person who was trying to perform those actions. Right? By doing that, we will be able to understand that, yeah, it was not a, you can say, attack. Right? It was our normal employee who was trying to perform his task. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Great. What about others? Sorry, Basant, I won't be able to drop this PPT. but on the very last day, I will be dropping some notes. You guys can go through them. All right, then. I hope you guys some insights. What do you say? Was the session informative for you?
Yes, sir. The session was quite informative, sir. We learned, sir, about lot.
So thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining on our day one of your the SOC workshop. See you tomorrow. Have a great day ahead.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Yes,
sir. Good
yes,
night,
sir.
sir.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Good night, sir.
Thank you, everyone.